What if I told you there's a fruit growing quietly in backyards on small, unassuming trees that some scientists believe may fight cancer cells up to 10,000 times more effectively than chemotherapy, and yet, you've probably never even heard of it? That's not just a story. This is what happened to Harold Simmons, a 72-year-old retired postman from Clearwater, Florida. A few years ago, Harold was diagnosed with prostate cancer. The news was devastating, and the treatments left him exhausted, weak, and discouraged. His appetite faded, and his spirit dimmed. Then one morning at his local farmer's market, Harold met a kind older woman who handed him a strange-looking green fruit, large and spiny with a fragrant aroma. "Try Soursop," she said with a knowing smile. "It's good for you." Harold didn't think much of it at first, but he decided to give it a try. Every morning, he blended the creamy flesh into a juice and drank it. Within a few weeks, his energy started to return. He began eating again. His doctors even commented on how strong he seemed, how quickly his body was recovering. They asked if he was doing anything differently. Now, years later, Harold still sees his doctor regularly, but he also never skips his morning glass of soursop juice. And his story isn't unique. So what exactly is this mysterious fruit? It's called guanabana, though. In the US, it's more commonly known as Soursop. In Latin America, it's called guanabana, and in some regions of the Caribbean, it's known as graviola. At first glance, it's not something you'd find in your usual grocery store. The fruit itself is large and heart-shaped, covered with green skin dotted by soft spines. But when you cut it open, you find a creamy white flesh that smells sweet and tropical. The flavor is often described as a delightful blend of pineapple and strawberry, with a gentle hint of citrus, refreshing, slightly tangy, and smooth enough to eat right off the spoon. The tree it grows on is modest and compact, rarely taller than a single-story home. In warm climates like Florida, Texas, or Southern California, it's not uncommon to see them growing in yards or small orchards. For generations in tropical regions, people have used every part of the guanabana tree, not just the fruit, but also the leaves, seeds and bark in juices, teas, desserts, and traditional remedies. Beyond its delicious taste, people have long believed it to support health and help the body fight illness. But if it's been around for so long, and if people believe it has such powerful benefits, why haven't more of us heard about it? That's a fair question. You see, guanabana isn't new to science. Back in the 1970s, laboratory research began investigating its potential to fight cancer. Several independent studies found that extracts from the fruit and leaves could kill cancer cells in test tubes while leaving healthy cells unharmed. But there was a catch. Guanabana is a natural plant, and because it grows freely and can't be patented, no pharmaceutical company can own it. That means there isn't much profit in promoting a fruit you can grow in your own backyard or buy at a farmer's market for a few dollars. Instead, some experts believe drug companies have focused on trying to create synthetic versions of the active compounds found in guanabana formulas. They can patent and sell. But while that work continues, the natural fruit remains under the radar, quietly available to anyone who knows to look for it. That doesn't mean your doctor is hiding something from you. More likely, they simply follow what large-scale clinical trials support, and guanabana hasn't yet been tested widely enough in humans to become part of standard care. Still, many people have kept the tradition alive, passing the knowledge from neighbor to neighbor, from one generation to the next. So what does the science actually say? Researchers discovered that guanabana contains powerful natural chemicals called annonaceous acetogenins, which are highly effective at killing malignant cells. In fact, one study reported that guanabana extracts were up to 10,000 times more potent than adriamycin, a widely used chemotherapy drug against certain types of cancer cells. Even more promising, these extracts seem to target cancer cells, selectively sparing healthy non-cancerous cells. That's something conventional chemotherapy often struggles to achieve. The lab studies tested guanabana against several cancers, including breast, colon, prostate, lung, and pancreatic, and saw encouraging results. Researchers also explored its other potential benefits. Guanabana was found to have strong antioxidant properties, helping protect cells from damage. It showed antibacterial, antifungal, and even antiparasitic effects. And it appeared to calm the nervous system, lower high blood pressure, and ease stress and anxiety, making it a holistic choice for overall well-being. Of course, it's important to remember that most of these studies were done in laboratories, not in people. The results are promising, but they don't yet prove that guanabana cures or prevents cancer in humans. Still, many people see it as a gentle, natural way to support their body alongside their doctor's prescribed treatments. And beyond the science, guanabana simply offers a wealth of nutritional value. It's rich in vitamin C, B vitamins, potassium, magnesium, and fiber, all of which can help strengthen your immune system, improve digestion, and keep your energy steady throughout the day. For centuries, people have used it to help lower high blood pressure, soothe fevers, and even ease insomnia. Drinking a small glass of fresh soursop juice before bedtime is said to promote deeper, more restful sleep and help calm a worried mind. So if you'd like to try it yourself, how can you do so safely? Fortunately, guanabana is becoming easier to find here in the United States. Many Latin American, Caribbean, or Asian grocery stores carry the fresh fruit when it's in season, usually from late spring through early fall. But you don't have to wait, for that frozen soursop pulp is widely available in the freezer section of most international markets year-round. Making the juice at home is simple. Just thaw the pulp or scoop the fresh flesh into a blender with a little water blend and strain out the seeds. Some people like to add a squeeze of lime or a touch of honey for sweetness. A half glass a day is plenty. It's rich, filling, and full of nutrients. And if you live in a warm climate and enjoy gardening, you might even consider planting your own guanabana tree. It's a small, manageable tree that thrives in sunny, well-drained soil, and it can be a lovely addition to your backyard. As with anything new, especially if you have existing health conditions or take medications, always talk to your doctor before adding guanabana to your routine. While it's a natural fruit, high amounts may not be appropriate for everyone, and it's always better to be safe. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a natural remedy, but it's just as important to keep perspective. While guanabana holds promise, it should never replace medical care. It's best thought of as a complement to your overall wellness, a way to nourish your body and bring a little more of nature's goodness into your day. When used wisely and in moderation, guanabana can be a simple, delicious part of a healthy lifestyle. It's amazing, isn't it? That something so unassuming, growing quietly in the corner of a garden or on a farmer's market stall, could carry so much potential and so much hope. If Harold's story teaches us anything, it's that keeping an open mind and exploring what nature has to offer can sometimes make all the difference in how we feel and how we heal. Have you ever tried soursop? Or do you have your own story about a natural remedy that helped you or someone you love? We'd love to hear from you. Please share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom for more inspiring, practical ways to live well naturally. Take care of yourself, and remember, sometimes the simplest things can be the most powerful.